At the very top of the collector car pyramid are the ultra-rare, ultra-restored muscle car. Take this Yenko 427 Camaro. It has the right radiator cap, the right battery clamps, the tar top battery, the right hose clamps, the stampings on the hoses and on the firewall, the right etching on the windshield and all the glass restored to as new. Or this double Copo Camaro, a very rare piece ordered from Chevrolet's central office. Chrysler, you like wing cars? Well, who doesn't? Roadrunner Superbirds, 2 of them surrounding this Dodge Daytona. Has it got a Hemi in it? All 3 of them do. And the Ford fans are not left out. In 1969 and 70, Ford built 1,350 Boss 429 Mustangs to homologate this engine for NASCAR racing. There's 4 of them here to choose from. Ultra-rare, ultra-restored muscle cars are always a hallmark of Barrett-Jackson Scottsdale.
Here's on number 1349 is going to be next. Specialist update on the 1969 Ford Mustang Boss 429 is going to be powered by a HP Boss 429 V8 engine, 4-speed manual transmission, just 222 miles, ladies and gentlemen. Here's a beautiful Boss 429.
500, 500 down, and now 500 down, dollar, 102, 150, and now 150 down, dollar, and now 150 down, dollar, $25, and now $125,000, dollar, 125, and now $100,000, dollar, $125,000, and now $100,000, $25, and now $125, 50, 50, and now $150, 75, and now $175,000, and now $175, and now $50, 75 till, and 85 till, and now to the two, and now $200,000, and now $200,000, 25, 5, 5, 50, and now $250,000, and now $2.5, 75 again, now 3, and now 3, 3, 3, and now $300,000, and now to the 3, and now 3, and now 3, 3, 3, and now $300,000, now 300 is bid, and now 3 1/4, and now 325 to bid, now $300,000, machine, and now $300, 25, and now 25, 10, 25, and now $325,000.
Restored by Kevin's Classic Cars, includes original title, the owner card, and the build sheet. Just 222 miles.
35, 15, $350,000, and now $3.5, 350, and now $350 on it, that's good, 3.5, and now 350 is bid, and now 75, he wanted on it, 75, 160, and now $360,000, and now 50 bid, take it to buy, $360,000, and now $50, $60, down, 360, and so $350,000.
Coming up on the block right now is a 1970 Plymouth Superbird, but we also have to point out that it's got a very special passenger. In the passenger seat is a young man by the name of Cameron, who's 13 years old. Look at that grid. He has cancer, and he is part of the Make-A-Wish program. One of his big wishes was to come up onto the Barrett-Jackson auction block and go up with the auctioneers. So he is getting his wish granted by Make-A-Wish, which, by the way, started here in Phoenix, many, many decades ago. And guess what? One of his favorite cars? A Superbird.
A young man of great taste, most certainly. Wanted to ride up on the block with the Winged Warrior here, 1970 Hemi Superbird. So they made quite a few, well, not that many Superbirds, but only 135 with the 426 Hemi. So very special, homologation special right here. The huge aerodynamics and the nose cone were built for NASCAR first in '69 for the Charger. By the 1970, it switched to Plymouth, and I'm sure Rutt knows why.
Well, you know, there's a lot going on there, and certainly Richard Petty had a big part to do in that when it was all going on. But, you know, of all the winged cars, this is really the most famous. These are the most coveted, and again, made even more special today by Cameron getting to take a ride in it.
Well, they made more of these than they made of the Dodge Daytona. The Dodge Daytona came first, and to the point, Richard Petty basically said, well, look, if you're not going to do that, I'm a Plymouth guy, if you're not going to do that, then I'm going to go off and I'm going to go to a different manufacturer, which he did, went over to Ford. Then Plymouth said, oh, wait a minute, we just lost Richard Petty, we want him back. If it takes a sharp nose, if it takes a big wing, then that's what we're going to do.
But of course, these are road runners, so they do have the horn. The meep meep horn, but yeah, massive aerodynamics added to it with that steel nose cone, pop-up headlights, and then the wing, which is very high to clear the trunk, but also reinforced to the frame. So there's photos of people literally sitting on the wings. Back when I had a Superbird, I could go up there, you know, sit across it, lay across it, multiple people. It's very strong.
Well, there's Cameron. Looks like when it finally sells, I believe he has the sold sticker in his hand.
Just wish we had the picture of Tyler laying across his, you know?
$360,000 for that Hemi Superbird. Cameron from Make-A-Wish puts the sticker on. He'll write the number there, and then I believe he'll probably end up going up on the auction block. He's asking how much? $360,000. What a day for a Make-A-Wish kid to come here and to be able to be a part of the Barrett-Jackson collector car auction, and most importantly, the sale of a really spectacular 1970 Plymouth Hemi Superbird. 1969 Mustang Boss 429 on the block.
Well, Ford came up with the Boss 429 to homologate this huge engine for NASCAR racing. Now, on the assembly line, they relieved the shock towers so this engine would fit. Then, these cars completed were sent to Carcraft in Michigan for the installation of the Boss 429 and related equipment, including the drag pack with the oil cooler seen here. Ford never raced this engine in the Mustang. This engine went into Torinos for duty in NASCAR, 1969 and 70.
Incredible to see the way that these cars have been loved and cared for over the years. And Mike, you've seen the values too. They continue to grow, especially ones that are as well optioned, well spec'd and original as this car right here.
Magnum 500 wheels, Goodyear Polyglass GT tires, that big hood scoop, body color on the 69, but they were all black in 1970. I don't see spoiler and slats on the rear end. That's okay. Full length console. Beautiful black vinyl interior on this dark green exterior, and this one restored to, I would say, better than brand new.
We see so many of these cars have such a visual sort of pronounced vibe when you've got the mismatched hood scoop that you're talking about, Mike. This one is, the colors are so subtle together. It really puts it in a whole different element with the Boss 429.
Black jade is the color. And that's how it was built, one of 239 in black jade for 69.
We've got a 1970 Plymouth Superbird, and once again, it's a Hemi.
This one in lemon twist. And note that this one has this rubber strip on the front of the all-metal nose. That was required in some states so that it had the semblance of being a bumper. Now, Rick told you part of the Richard Petty story, that he left Plymouth because Plymouth would not build him a Dodge Daytona for 1969. He raced and won in Fords. In 70, he came back to Plymouth with a two-car Superbird team for himself and protege Pete Hamilton from Massachusetts. It was Hamilton who won the Daytona 500 and swept the two super speedways at Talladega. But otherwise, the Superbirds just didn't do that well against those super speedway Fords.
Well, the big difference between this and the other Hemi Superbird we saw earlier, other than the lemon twist color, is this one is a numbers matching Hemi, which is very rare to see one survive because most of the Hemis were bought to race hard, put away wet. The engines did not survive, so this one pretty exceptional in that case. You can see the original build sheet, a copy of it on the dash, along with the Wise report, Dave Wise, verifying everything is correct on this car. Showing only 5,700 miles. I wonder if that's original because they started with the restoration so high quality, the engine surviving. Makes sense that this one is numbers matching.
We're at $385,000 right now. Committed bidders both on the block and out on the floor. Whoa, did you see that? The bidder assistant put up his hand like, no, wait, I got it. And indeed he did. That's what it took, that one last bid, $390,000.
Here's Lot number 1390, specialist update on the 1970 Ford Mustang Boss 429. Now this sale includes an Elite Marty report that's going to be original Ford invoices as well. This matching numbers, rotisserie restoration, powered by a 429 cubic inch engine. Hurst shifter, controlled 4-speed transmission, only 89 finished in Calypso Coral per the Marty report. Here's lot number 1390.
All right, had to get down. What are you paying? Have it $100 down. Have it to get down. What do you pay to get down? $1 million down. I'm here to get down. What do you pay here? All right, had to get down. 70. Get right. Had to get down. 50. Now 100. And $100,000 down. Have it to get down. You pull it up now. Go ahead, Steve. Let's pull her on
Everybody
up here.
be real careful. This car is easing in here. We all want to have a good time and have fun, but we're also having automobiles rolling real slow. Be careful, folks.
All right, now we'll go. All right, had to get down. 50, 150, 75, and 175, 200, and $200,000, and 200,000, and 225, and 225, 50, and $250,000 out of it to get down. 75, 3, and 325, and 325. You're late. 325, and $325,000 out of it to get down. 325, 5, and 325, and $325,000, 50, and 350, 75, and 375, 5 out of it to get down. 375, and $375,000, and $375,000 out of it to get down. 75, 5 on them here, and 375, and $375 out of it to get down. 375, 4, and $400,000, and 375, and $400,000, 85, 4, 85, 4, 85, 4, $4 out of it to get down. 85 to get down. $400,000, 85 to get down. 4, and 85 to get down. 400, 425, and 425, and $425,000, and 1025, and 425, 5 out of it to get down. 425, and $425,000, and 425, and $425,000 out of it to get down. 2550, and $450,000, and $450,000, and 4, let me hear you, and 450, and 430, and 430, how did it get down? 525, 30, and 425 and 30 down, dotted all through, and a half. Sold for $425,000.
Next up is a very special 1969 Chevrolet Camaro. It's a Yenko, and Camaro expert Jerry McNish has the microphone.
Don Yenko was no stranger to performance cars during the late 1960s, and in 1969, he was able to go to General Motors and have 201 cars produced. So they were all 427 cars. The big deal about this car, what makes it very special, is it still has its original engine, trans, and rear. Most of these cars were raced, and the drivetrains did not survive. This is part of the Otis Chandler's collection, and it's one of the nicest ones on the planet. I've worked with many years now with Warren Dernishek, who was one of the Yenko mechanics, and he basically said this is probably one of the nicest ones out there too. So this is an amazing event, an amazing car. Make America great again, and bid on this car.
Otis Chandler was the publisher of the Los Angeles Times and a great car collector.
Well, he definitely had a great eye. The Yenko Camaro, pretty legendary. Don Yenko, a Chevrolet dealer, known for backdooring in big block Camaros and tuning them to go racing. And this one, very rare in the fact that it still has its original drivetrain. So 201 of these produced for the model year, 30 with the hydromatic transmission, and 10 known to exist with that original engine, because these were sent to go racing, and eventually, yeah, you would blow the motor. So somebody decided to preserve this one. Pretty incredible.
Hugger orange exterior, all of the Yenko striping and badging. That SC Yenko supercar.
So that 427, 425 horsepower V8 under the hood, solid lifter, 10-to-1 compression, and yeah, 4-barrel carburetor, aluminum intake as well. So a lot of performance in 1969 with these.
Unauthorized backdoor, we're not in racing, Yenko Camaro.
This is a very unique vehicle, A4 silver. It has a build sheet and it has a very rare factory inspection sheet. You very rarely see those sheets. Bid on this one. It's a real silver car.
I'd had to get down 40 paying $100 down over to get down 70 get 500 and 500,000 down over to get down 555 and 500,000 down over to get down 70 get 100 now 50 150,000 now 75 and 175 5 on him here to get down 175 5 175,000 down over to get down 100 to get down 75 to get down 75 to get down 175 175 5 175,000 down over to get down 175 2 and 200,000 and 200,000 down over to get down 2 and 200,000 and 200,000 down over to get down 2 you're out upstairs and 200,000 and 175 to get down 200 and here and 200,000 down over to get down 200,000 down over to get down everybody through and everybody done and 200,000 and 200,000 down over to get down 225 and 225 and 50 and 250 and 250 rolled it away and 250,000 down over to get down 250 and 250,000 down over to get down 200 now 25 and 200 down here on the stage now 25 and 225 Tanner go ahead.
The original trim tag broadcast sheet. The vehicle was a multi-year project with the objective producing cars close to factory original as possible, incorporating model performance. It has got the 542 cubic inch second generation Hemi.
25. I'd had to get down to 25 and 225,000 out of it to get all through. I'm on the stage and 225 high and 225,000 out of it to get down 555 on him here to get down 225 and a half. Sold for $200,000.
Lot number 1433.2 specialist update. This vehicle was not in the printed catalog. 1969 Chevrolet double Copo Camaro. Title in transit. This is a 2 Copo option car. Concord Gold at the Chevrolet Vet Fest. It's got a Copo L72 427 425 horse V8 engine with a 512 block, along with the Copo Code Sports Car Conversion Package. It's got a Muncie M22 HD Rock Crusher 4-speed, and here comes Shane Ratliff.
All right, let's go. I'm gonna get 500. I'm gonna get $500. I'm gonna down 2. What you got? I'm gonna 25. Got him. I'm gonna 50. I'm gonna $50. I'm gonna get 75. I'm gonna 75. About 5. It's 85. I'm gonna get 75 now. I'm gonna 75 here. I'm gonna 75 about 50s here. 75. I'm gonna 75 at 100. I'm gonna $1. I'm gonna $1 down 100. I'm gonna 1. I'm gonna 125. I'm gonna 50. I'm gonna 125. I'm gonna get 50 down. I'm gonna 50. I'm gonna 50. I'm gonna $50 here. I'm gonna 50 and try 60 down 70. I'm gonna 170. I'm gonna $170 here. 60 70. I'm gonna 170. I'm gonna $170 here. I'm gonna money get 170. I'm gonna $70 here. 70 70 80 80. I'm gonna money 80. I'm gonna buy get 80 80. I'm gonna compare 70 80. I'm gonna you want 5. I'm on 175. I'm gonna 5. I'm gonna 75. I'm on 5. I'm on 5. I'm on 175. I'm on 5. 175. I'm on 5. 175. I'm at 175 down a bit here. I'm at 175. I'm at 170 now 5 5. I'm on 170 now 5. I'm at 175. I'm at 170 now 5. Down how you done, sir? I'm at 5 5 5. Kurt.
2 Copo options here. Copo cars always front. This one a double Copo and fully restored with factory markings.
170, 175. Isaac's in the lead. I'm at 170 now 5. I'm at 5 5 5. I'm at 175. I'm at 5. I'm at 5. I'm at 5. I'm at 75 now. I'm at 175. I'm at 75 80. Now 180. Thank you, sir. I'm at 80. And Isaac, what are you gonna do now? I'm at 180. I'm at 80 85 5 85. I'm at 85. I'm at 190. I'm at 90 90 95 5 90 95 5. I'm at 195. I'm at 195. I'm at 5. I'm at 5 5 5 5 5 5 5. How hot? And now 2. I'm at now 2. Button it up. Roll away. I'm at now 2. I'm at now hot. To compare now 2. Round with Doug. I'm at now 2. I'm at now 5 5 Papa 205 Doug. And what are you gonna do now? I'm at 200 205. I'm at 5 I'm 5. I'm at 25. I'm at 205 205. I'm at 5 and 10. How you feeling down? I'm at about 10. I'm at a serve me 2. I'm at 10 10. I'm at 100 look at now 10. I'm at 210 210 5 5 10 to buyer. I'm at 5 and 10. Here it comes. I'm at 5 and 10 and 9. Sold 205,000 Doug. 205,000.